gear seekers, I'm Nick. Sometimes reading the installation guide that comes with something you spent your hard-earned money on just doesn't make sense. And by that I mean, it's not some guy on the internet showing you how to do it. Well, I'm here to make your life a little bit easier and be that guy on the internet. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that button right now and turn on that little bell to receive notifications. We upload at least 4 times per week, so make sure you're subscribed. Corsair sent us one of their brand new H100i Pro all-in-one water coolers to check out. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to install the Corsair H100i Pro on your AMD/Ryzen based system. True story. Just before we begin though, I want to clear up some stuff because every time we do one of these videos about AIOs, we get the exact same questions. So number one, no, you don't need to fill these coolers up with fluid or change the fluid or even service these type of coolers. Number two, no, it won't work with AuraSync. Number three, every case is different, so the installation of the fans and radiators might be different to this guide. Number four, no, the included fans do not have RGB. And number five, watch the whole video before asking questions that will most likely be answered in this video. With all that said, let's get into it. Alrighty, let's start off by unboxing the H100i Pro from Corsair and see what you actually get for your hard-earned money. Alrighty, so you get this warranty against defects guide. I think this is Australian specific, I'm not too sure about that. There is also a warranty guide that tells you what is covered underneath that warranty, so if anything happens to the cooler itself, and this installation guide, which we definitely won't be using because that's the point of this video. You get 2 of these high performance magnetic levitation fans or ML fans that are designed specifically for these radiators. Alright, let's check out all the hardware and screws and all that stuff that comes with it. This is the USB cable that plugs into your motherboard and also plugs into the pump that allows you to control it through Corsair's IQ software. These are all of the screws and washers and whatnot you're going to need to connect the radiator to your case and the fans to the radiator. All of this part of the hardware here that you're seeing is all mounting hardware, and this is specifically designed to mount it to the socket for basically any type of Intel or AMD sockets. This is the AMD mounting bracket. Now we're going to change this to install the cooler for this guide, so just be aware of what it looks like. And this right here is the backing plate for Intel consumer based sockets like 1151 and Skylake and Coffee Lake and KB Lake and basically every single CPU for the past 10 or so years. The radiator size is 240 millimeters, so you can mount 2 120 millimeter fans to it, and the radiator is actually pretty thick for an AIO, which is quite impressive, which should help with the temperatures. And this is how you would traditionally mount 2 fans to the radiator. Now this is the part that actually sits against the CPU, it's the water block and pump unit, and these are the cables that plug into all of the things that we're going to go through in this guide. Speaking of an install guide, let's remove this bracket to convert it for installation for an AMD based socket. This bracket is actually for Intel, so yeah, we're going to take that off. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at each of those little parts that you're going to need. Pretty hard to miss in the packaging. And we're taking another look at that AMD bracket. What we're going to do now is connect those hooks and thumb nuts to the bracket. Now just take notice of the orientation, as this bracket will only work when it's installed on the block one way. And yeah, all you want to do is just fasten those little thumb nuts just ever so slightly, don't tighten them up all the way, and repeat that on the other side of the bracket, and we're ready to install it on the water block itself. Now this is very easy. You just put it in the little holes and slightly rotate it and it will clip into place, and that is all you will need to do. Also be aware of the orientation here. Now on AM4 boards, they will actually have these brackets pre-installed on the motherboard. You don't want to remove it for this installation. We're going to show you how these brackets actually work, where the cooler actually connects to both of these and clips under these little parts here to create mounting pressure to sit it against the CPU. Now this bit can be a little bit fiddly, just take your time. The trick is actually hooking one side on first, lowering down the other side so you can easily hook on the other side. And the other trick to this, like I mentioned previously, is not doing up these too tight when you're attaching them to the bracket. And once you've done that, you can begin to fasten up the thumb nuts to pull the block tightly against the CPU. We're just going to speed this up a little bit so we don't spend too much time watching me do this. Now you'll notice that it will start to bow out, and that is normal. That's how it actually creates the correct amount of clamping pressure. Now we're going to mount the fan to the radiator. Just be aware it will be different for your case, or maybe it will be the same, but just know how the airflow works and how it is installed in your case. For this installation, it will be installed this way, and I'm actually not going to use these fans at all. We're going to use some LL fans because I have a set of them spare and they look really cool. So what you want to do is get those long screws that were in the screw packet and attach your fans just like this. It's pretty straightforward. It should only take you a minute or so. Now we're going to mount the radiator to the case. In our case, it is mounted to the top of the case, so it will be different for your case, most likely, or maybe not. And what you want to do is use those short screws and the washers that are in the packet with the rest of the screws and attach your radiator to your case with those. You're going to want to feed all of the fan cables through the case to the back part of the case while we're installing this radiator, because it's going to make your life a whole lot easier later on in this guide. Now we're going to start plugging some stuff in so this whole system actually works. Now this here is the fan speed controller, and what you want to do is locate a place on your motherboard to plug it in. It will be called CPU opt or pump or CPU fan, and just plug it in like so you can control that at a later time. We won't go into that right now. Now you'll notice you'll have these cables left over. All you need to do with these for now is just feed them to the back of the case, and we'll plug those in a bit later. Now this is the USB cable that I mentioned earlier. It'll look like this basically, and what you're going to want to do is get the L-shaped side and actually plug it into the side of the pump. There's actually a USB port on there if you look closely, and feed this USB end through to the back of the case and through the hole, and then yeah, just pull the slack. Oh yeah, pull that slack, and locate a USB header on your motherboard and plug that cable right in to your motherboard. Oh yeah, just like that. Pretty easy, right? The cables that you pass through from the radiator and also from the pump earlier, you're going to want to plug them all in together just like so. And the last thing that you need to do is get the SATA power connector that you pass through and plug it into an available SATA power cable from your power supply. If all went to plan, it should look a little something like this. If you have any questions about installing the H100i Pro on an AM4 socket, drop a comment down below, or come and join us on Discord to have a chat. All the products mentioned in this video can be purchased down below via those beautiful Amazon affiliate links. Special thanks to Corsair for sending us this cooler to test and play with. I think this cooler is probably gonna stay in this system. I just love how it looks, and the performance is pretty good. I'll probably end up reviewing this once I spend a little bit more time with it. So I think I will also do an Intel installation guide coming in the next week or so. Yeah, we're just waiting for some more Intel CPUs to arrive. If you like this video, you know what to do. If you didn't like it, you know what else to do. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, if you got a comment or a question, ask the question down below, but just be aware that I probably answered it in this video. Once again, thanks so much for watching. I'm Nick with Gear Seekers. You peak, we seek. Yeah. It's my stomach grumbling. I just ate. What? Oh man.